Listen closely, something is shifting inside you, and you may not even notice it yet. Subtle currents of energy are moving through your body, almost like whispers you can't quite hear. The tingling in your hands, the sudden heat along your spine, the moments when your senses feel sharper than usual. These are not random, they are signs. The Shaolin teachings tell us the body is more than flesh and bone. It is a vessel for qi, the life force that flows through every cell. When this flow changes, when it stirs in ways you can feel but cannot see, it signals transformation that is quietly taking root within you. In this video, I will guide you through the 5 real ascension symptoms few speak about. The shifts that reveal your body is awakening to higher frequencies. You will learn how to recognize these subtle signs, understand their deeper meaning, and see how your mind and spirit are being refined without your conscious effort. Most people ignore these signals, dismissing them as fatigue or imagination. But awareness is power. Knowing what is happening allows you to move with the current, not against it, and harness these changes to cultivate mastery over yourself. By the end of this video, you will not only understand what your body is experiencing, but you will begin to see why these shifts are necessary, why they are preparing you for something far greater than ordinary life. Every sensation, every tremor of energy, is a door to inner strength that you cannot achieve through willpower alone. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. Together we will uncover the quiet mysteries of your body, mind, and spirit. Subscribe now and step into the path of self-mastery that few ever walk. There is a moment when the world feels sharper, as if every sound, every scent, every brush of air against your skin carries a message meant only for you. Ordinary life becomes unusually vivid. The rustle of leaves, the faint hum of distant traffic, even the warmth of sunlight on your face feels deeper, more pronounced. Many dismiss it, confused by the intensity. But this is no accident. This is your nervous system quietly recalibrating, your consciousness stretching beyond old limits, awakening to layers of perception that were always there, quietly waiting. As a Shaolin master observes the body, so must you observe these sensations. They are not mere curiosities or distractions. They are signals that the body and mind are moving into new alignment. The world does not change, your perception does. Each amplified sound or heightened smell is a subtle invitation to witness without judgment, to feel without clinging. You may notice moments of overstimulation, moments when the intensity feels uncomfortable. This is natural. The path of mastery is not to resist these shifts, but to engage with them calmly, to hold space for each sensation without fear or expectation. I have seen those who allow themselves to be consumed by these heightened states. They become anxious, restless, seeking control where none is required. True mastery is different. It is quiet, steady. You learn to move through the world with awareness, to let each amplified sensation pass through you like water over stone. You feel more, yet you are not overwhelmed. You understand that the mind is a vessel, the body a mirror, and both are being refined in ways you cannot yet fully name. Pay attention to the subtleties, breathe with them, and remember, these moments are not interruptions. They are instructions, teaching you the art of presence and the balance of self in a world suddenly alive with detail. There are days when a sudden wave of emotion rises from nowhere, crashing through your calm like a storm without warning. Joy can flood your chest with light, laughter spilling from deep within, only to be replaced moments later by sadness that feels heavier than anything you expected. Anger may flare in the smallest provocation, sharp and insistent. Most people try to resist it, to suppress it, as if these surges are mistakes or weaknesses. The Shaolin understanding is different. Emotions are not enemies. They are energy. When they are blocked or denied, they stagnate, clouding clarity and dimming the light of consciousness. Discipline is not about denying what rises inside you. True mastery is learning to move with it. Witness the surge of joy, of anger, of grief, without judgment. Feel it fully and then let it flow. Breathe with the rhythm of your emotions. Observe their shape, their intensity, their fleeting nature. Do not cling, do not push away. In this way, the energy does not control you. You become its guide. This practice is quiet work, unseen by the world, yet it shapes every action. A calm mind after a storm of feeling is stronger than one untouched by emotion. Ancient wisdom teaches that energy in motion, when guided by awareness, becomes a force for clarity, insight, and transformation. Each wave that rises is a chance to practice presence, to anchor in the center of yourself while the outer and inner currents shift around you. Embrace the impermanence of these surges. Allow them to teach you patience, resilience, and the subtle art of letting go. In mastering the flow of emotion, the body and mind move in harmony. The storms within become a training ground, not a battlefield, and each breath you take while standing in their current becomes a step toward deeper freedom and inner power. There are nights when sleep arrives differently, when the hours pass with a strange elasticity. Dreams may come vivid and charged, carrying symbols, feelings, or visions that linger long after waking. Sometimes the body wakes before the usual rhythm, lighter, more alert, as if it has absorbed rest in ways the mind cannot yet measure. These shifts can feel unsettling, but they are a quiet signal. The body is adjusting to higher vibrational frequencies, opening to subtler layers of awareness. The ancients understood this in their own way. Shaolin masters observed that the body and mind operate as a single system. Rest is not just physical, it is energetic, spiritual, and mental. When the rhythms of life change, it is not to be feared or resisted. The body knows more than the mind. Each altered cycle is an invitation to trust, to move with the current instead of clinging to old patterns that no longer serve. Discipline is required, but it is different from rigid schedules. The mastery lies in listening, honoring what the body needs, yet remaining unattached to routine. Flexibility becomes a strength. You may rise at unexpected hours or feel the need for longer pauses. Both are acceptable, both are teaching. Observation without judgment allows energy to circulate freely, aligning body and mind with higher states of consciousness. Through these subtle adjustments, awareness deepens. Dreams act as guides. Rest restores more than just the body, and the mind begins to recalibrate. The quiet changes, almost imperceptible, carry profound lessons. Surrender to what is necessary, honor the flow of life, and trust the intelligence within. Each night becomes practice, each awakening an opportunity to move closer to balance, to clarity, to the stillness that underlies true mastery. There are moments when the body speaks in whispers and sparks. A tingling sensation runs through the hands, a shiver dances along the spine, a sudden warmth rises in the chest or head. These sensations arrive without warning, often startling, as if the body is alive in ways we have long forgotten. Many react with fear, assuming something is wrong. But the Shaolin perspective is patient, observant, and wise. These are not threats, they are signs of qi in motion, the vital energy within you, awakening, unblocking, and activating capacities that have lain dormant. The body is a map, and every subtle pulse, every tremor, carries meaning. Discipline is not in controlling these sensations, but in observing them with calm attention. Breathe through the shifts. Anchor yourself in awareness, rather than reacting to discomfort. This is how the qi flows smoothly, how latent power is recognized and integrated into your being. Panic or resistance disrupts the current, stillness guides it. Ancient practice teaches that growth often comes in moments that feel strange or intense. The tingling, the chills, the warmth, these are markers of transformation, invitations to step deeper into mastery. They are not accidental. Every subtle surge carries information, a lesson in presence, patience, and alignment. Those who move through these sensations with grace cultivate resilience, inner focus, and a quiet strength that cannot be measured externally. To truly understand these shifts is to see the body as a living instrument, sensitive and responsive, capable of profound change. Attention transforms experience. Where fear might once dominate, now curiosity and calm take root. The body whispers its secrets, and through mindful observation, the practitioner learns to move with energy rather than against it, turning momentary sensations into gateways for enduring power and self-mastery. There comes a time when the body begins to speak in ways you may have overlooked. Hunger shifts, cravings fade, or new tastes call to you unexpectedly. Foods that once satisfied now feel heavy, while simple meals bring a strange clarity. At first this can feel disorienting, as if the body has forgotten its usual rhythms. But the Shaolin teachings remind us that the body mirrors the mind and spirit. As consciousness expands and clarity grows, the way we nourish ourselves changes naturally. The body adjusts, not by force but in harmony with evolving awareness. Discipline in self-mastery is not about rigid diets or strict control. It is about listening. Each pang of hunger, each subtle shift in appetite carries a message. The practice is to pause, to observe without judgment, to understand what the body truly needs rather than what habit or desire dictates. Old cravings are often echoes of past conditioning, patterns that no longer serve. By noticing the difference between necessity and habit, you begin to realign with your own internal rhythm. Ancient wisdom teaches that nourishment is more than fuel. It is energy, it is qi, it is life flowing through every cell. When you approach food with awareness, you honor the body as a living instrument, capable of responding to higher frequencies and subtle changes. Eating becomes an act of harmony rather than indulgence, a reflection of inner balance rather than impulse. By listening deeply, by respecting the body's subtle signals, mastery emerges. The mind and body move together, each guiding the other with precision. Appetite becomes a teacher, clarity a companion, and the simple act of nourishment transforms into a practice of awareness, presence, and quiet discipline that strengthens both body and spirit. There are moments when time stretches and bends, as if the world itself is breathing differently. A single glance can feel endless, a few seconds drawn out like a river winding through still mountains. Other times, hours pass unnoticed, slipping by with surprising speed. These are not illusions, but subtle reflections of consciousness adjusting, tuning into rhythms that are deeper than clocks or schedules. The Shaolin masters understood this intimately. Time is not a measure imposed from outside, but a reflection of inner alignment, a flow that mirrors the state of the mind and spirit. Living in these moments is not a practice of philosophy, but of presence. To truly inhabit the now, to feel it as fully as the air entering the lungs, is to experience time as energy. Each second becomes a vessel for awareness, a chance to observe, to act, and to simply be. The ordinary rush of life fades, replaced by a quiet intimacy with existence itself. Attention sharpens, subtle cues emerge, and the rhythms of body and mind harmonize in ways that feel almost sacred. Discipline in mastering time is subtle. It is not about controlling it, nor about forcing efficiency. It is about listening, moving with the cadence of each moment, and recognizing when the mind resists or clings. Perception becomes the key. A restless mind experiences time as scarce, while a centered mind allows it to expand, revealing depth in even the simplest action. Through this awareness, mastery is cultivated. Energy flows more freely, decisions are clearer, and presence becomes a living skill. Each moment holds potential, and the way it is perceived shapes not just experience, but the very quality of life. In the quiet observation of time, one discovers that the external world moves in tandem with internal alignment, and mastery is measured not by the hours counted, but by the depth of consciousness with which they are lived. There are moments when knowledge arrives without effort, a quiet certainty that something is true before evidence appears. A choice seems obvious, a path feels aligned, or events unfold with a precision that feels uncanny. Coincidences appear too often to be dismissed, messages woven into the fabric of daily life, signaling patterns beyond ordinary perception. This is not luck. It is the mind and spirit attuning to subtle currents, picking up signals that the untrained eye overlooks. The Shaolin approach teaches that intuition is not magic. It is cultivated through discipline, observation, and mindfulness. Awareness must be sharpened like a blade, perception trained to notice what is usually ignored. The subtle cues, the glance, the pause, the small shifts in energy become guides and discernment grows. Each instance of sudden knowing is an opportunity to practice this awareness, to test it, refine it, and learn its language. Yet mastery demands balance. Acting on intuition requires clarity and courage, but attachment to outcomes disrupts the flow. The true practitioner moves decisively, with confidence, yet remains unattached to the result. Like water flowing around obstacles, one acts in harmony with the moment without forcing it. The power lies in presence, not prediction. Through this practice, life itself becomes a teacher. Patterns emerge, synchronicities unfold, and each decision aligns with deeper rhythms previously unseen. Energy moves efficiently, choices carry intention, and the mind is no longer pulled by randomness or fear. In cultivating awareness, discernment, and calm detachment, intuition becomes a tool for growth rather than a source of illusion. Life begins to respond, not because the world is extraordinary, but because perception has been trained to see the extraordinary within the ordinary. There is a quiet transformation that begins to show in the way you hold yourself. Shoulders settle, the spine straightens, even the smallest gestures take on a subtle precision. Your energy projects differently, not loudly or dramatically, but in a way that others can sense without understanding why. Facial expressions soften or become more aligned with inner calm, revealing the mind's quiet order through the body's natural rhythm. These changes are not superficial, they are the outward reflection of inner discipline, a principle the Shaolin masters have taught for centuries. The body is a mirror of the mind. Mastery begins within, but it shows itself in every stance, every movement, every glance. Awareness is key. Posture, energy, and expression are not accidents of habit. They are cultivated through presence. Each breath anchors the body. Each step or gesture becomes deliberate. Each glance carries intention. The subtle shifts may go unnoticed by the world, yet they are unmistakable to the one who practices attentiveness. To maintain presence is to allow the internal transformation to flow naturally outward, without forcing or overthinking. The discipline of observation extends beyond the mind to the body itself. When alignment of posture and energy is maintained, it reinforces mental clarity, emotional balance, and energetic coherence. The smallest adjustments, how weight is distributed, how tension is released, become a practice in self-mastery. Through consistent mindfulness, the body becomes a living record of inner progress, a guide to deeper awareness. In time, these subtle changes speak louder than words or effort ever could. They signal a mind in control of itself, a spirit attuned, and energy flowing in harmony. The external world may see only calm confidence or poise, but within, every movement carries intention, every gesture is mastery in motion, and the body becomes the first undeniable sign of true discipline. There comes a quiet moment when the self feels less separate, when the boundaries you have always clung to begin to soften. Fear loses its grip, decisions carry clarity, and the weight of uncertainty lightens. It is as if the mind and body are touching something vast, something beyond the ordinary measures of life. Yet this is not a call to escape the body or the world. It is a reminder that true ascension is not fleeing from the self, but fully inhabiting it while raising consciousness. The Shaolin perspective sees this as the art of integration. Every thought, every sensation, every action is a thread in the fabric of higher awareness. Discipline shows itself here in subtle ways. Integration is not sudden or forceful. It is steady, deliberate, and mindful. To resist these shifts is to create friction, to fight what is naturally occurring. Instead, observe, breathe, and allow the expansion to flow through you. The body, the mind, and the spirit are not separate. They are instruments, and their harmony allows the subtle currents of energy to guide your life with ease. Ancient masters understood that clarity and fearlessness emerge from alignment, not from avoidance. When the self merges with something greater, every decision, every movement, every interaction carries more precision and intention. Life no longer feels heavy or chaotic. It responds to presence and awareness. Each shift, each subtle sensation is a guide, a reminder to move consciously while remaining unattached to outcome. Mastery is not in seeking these states, but in living them. The expansion, the clarity, the reduction of fear, these are signals that your inner world is transforming. By integrating these experiences into daily life, by allowing them to inform action without forcing it, you become more than observer. You become the embodiment of higher consciousness, calm in the midst of change, steady in the flow of energy, and fully alive in every moment. Every shift you feel, every unexpected surge of energy or emotion is a signal from within, not a problem to be fixed. The Shaolin Way teaches that true mastery begins inside, body, mind, and spirit moving together in harmony. When you observe yourself with calm awareness, what once felt unsettling transforms into insight. These subtle changes, the tingling, the shifts in perception, the quiet knowing, they are invitations to step deeper into presence, to refine your attention, and to align with the flow of life. Each moment of awareness brings you closer to self-mastery, to clarity, and to authentic growth that cannot be taught, only experienced. In daily life, take time to notice the currents within you. Breathe with them, move with them, and let them guide your choices without fear or resistance. The path is not about force or struggle. It is about integration, patience, and presence. Embrace this process gently. Let each subtle signal be a teacher, each sensation a step toward balance and inner strength. As you do, the body, mind, and spirit align, and life begins to move with a quiet, powerful rhythm that reflects your own mastery. Thank you for being here, for observing and learning with intention. If you found this insight valuable, like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire so we can continue exploring these ancient teachings together. Stay present, stay aware, and let the quiet power within guide every step.